Hello and welcome to the Lucidess podcast. I am Shelley and I explore everything because I think everything is attached to everything else. So if you touch one thing, you touch it all. And also because I believe in this infinite, unbounded potential within each of us, which I strive for and fall far short of all the time. Okay, so I have been helping a friend keep their pool clean this summer, and I'm fresh back from doing that. And I want to explain a little bit about that. So before all the cool pool gadgets, you used to see, like they called them pool boys. I'm sure there were pool girls cleaning the pool with the big long poles and the scrubbers and the different attachments. And, I saw a few and I'd be like, are they doing anything? I mean, they're like hardly even doing anything. Just slowly stand there and move this pole back and forth. Okay. So the pools that I'm cleaning, it's old school. So we do all the old school stuff. And what I've learned is they were working, these pool boys and girls, but you can only move a pole with an attachment at the bottom through 9 feet of water at a certain speed. I mean, water inhibits movement, as we all know. Also, anyway, so it becomes a very, very meditative experience. And I'm back from that very meditative experience. And it's become so lovely because I go about my life and then I go to clean the pool and I'm moving at a certain speed. And the water basically says, no, slow down. You're going to move at my speed. And my speed is scrub, vacuum, vacuum. And it becomes within 10 minutes, I just immediately knocked down to this deep, serene space, just naturally. It's amazing. And in that space, I get to find a lot of clarity. What I'm talking about today is joy is not a feeling. So I know I've said this before, just touch up in case you don't know, had this very serious health incident 5-6 years ago, almost died. And literally kind of laying on death's door, I thought, well, if I'm going to die, I want to die with joy in my heart. And immediately was just filled with more joy than I've ever felt in my whole life. And it was like, whoa, I'm going to do it. I'm going to die with joy in my heart. I was very proud of myself for getting to that place. It was a very difficult process. And then I woke up the next morning still alive. And I was like, wait a second, I was dying. I know I was dying. And I was dying with joy in my heart. Like I had finally done it. And I got this little message that said, you will not die with joy in your heart until you've learned to live with joy in your heart. And I was pissed because I knew living with joy in my heart was probably going to be more difficult than it has been. So I continue to seek to cultivate joy in my life, in myself, in my life. So the other day I'm sitting there, I'm on a stationary bike at the gym, and I've recently kind of changed my workout a little bit, and I do this 1 day a week. It's really tough and challenging, and it's like this big sprint, and it takes all of my concentration and focus just to get it done. And so I'm sitting there just like working away, just like keeping my focus, like keeping it, like keeping the RPM, doing the thing. And it's incredible. There's a lot of discomfort in my body. And I was like, but I was also in a deeply meditative state, but I was well aware that my body was uncomfortable. And suddenly this part of me says, this is joy. Can you find the joy? And I was like, and another part of me is like, joy, this is so uncomfortable. And that first part of me said, find the joy. And so I sat there, and I have my eyes closed, and I'm just pounding out this bike, and I found it. It was like the most beautiful. I can feel it right now. It's like water for me. Joy is like water, and it's just like this undercurrent of joy beneath all of these. And I mean, I am physically hurting. I'm not hurt. I don't want to use the word hurting, but I am in so much discomfort in this moment, like physical discomfort. And my mind has to be laser sharp to hold the RPMs up. I mean, everything about me is just like, and underneath it all is this beautiful undercurrent of joy. And I don't want my workouts to sound arduous, or they're arduous, but they're not torturous because I choose to do it. I love to do it. And I challenge myself. I don't have to work out that hard, it's things I want to do. But it was so fascinating for me in that moment where I realized, oh, joy isn't a feeling. Joy is not a sensation. Joy is not even a thought. It's not an experience. Like joy is. Like joy is. Joy is. And for me, it's this beautiful undercurrent of water. That's the word that comes to me. And I want to offer that to you. And so I keep looking for it in those moments. So when I got to the pool, that like it's an old, like all this stuff is old. And so this old rusty filter, you have to try to get out so you can clean it, so you can put the vacuum hose in there and start vacuuming the dirt out of the bottom of the pool, all this stuff. And it was so hard to get it out. And this old rusty thing, and it cut my finger. And I was like, yeah. It's so frustrating. And something in me was just like, where's the joy? And I was like, oh, it's right there, right there. Like it's more and more, I'm not finding joy in my life. I'm not even creating joy in myself. It's just there. It's just there. It's just always there. It's just always this undercurrent. And it just takes a moment to find it. So, and maybe it's that initial spontaneous discovery that has attuned me to it so beautifully recently. Nothing's changed in my life, right? I have all the same struggles and whatevers. And I'm finding joy, and I'm realizing joy will be with me for the rest of my life. Always. And no matter what the situation is, no matter how I feel in my body, no matter how I feel in my mind, no matter the situation I'm in, I think joy will always be with me. Always be with me. And I would say if joy and water seem a little bit synonymous to you, maybe start doing something where you work with water, or just spend time with water. I mean, it could just be a dish of water, just experience it. So anyway, short and sweet and simple. I just wanted to offer that beautiful experience that you might also find that undercurrent of joy in all of life. In all of life. So, love you all. Have a beautiful day.